Hey, what's going on? Muriel from the Sunshine Family, and why living in Costa Rica, especially in the Santa Teresa area, I'm gonna reveal some secrets that almost no one speaks about. I hardly have seen anyone talking about this on YouTube. I actually didn't see anyone, and I think that you deserve this information if you're looking into living in Costa Rica. For what reason? That is totally up to you, but why did I choose this specific area? I'm gonna share some pretty special things with you that I'm actually not sure if I'm allowed to share them, but I think that I'm gonna do it anyways because I figured it out, and I think it can help you make the decision to come and live in Costa Rica happily in a very special place. So before I'm gonna dive in, perhaps you think, wow, this sounds very mystical. Stick to my video until the end. You will get it. There is Sophie. So first of all, thank you for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, this is an open invite to do so, and then also hit the bell icon that you see here at the bottom of the screen, the little square icon with my face on it. And if you hit the bell icon, you get a notification every time I upload a new video. And as you might know, I share everything I have learned so far about living in Costa Rica, my expat life. So if you're looking for information, my channel might be a good help for you. So, okay, here is some secret information that I hardly have seen anyone talk about it online. And this is the thing about the area. So I'm talking about the area Santa Teresa, Costa Rica. What made it that I wanted to plant my flag here and not close to Liberia or Tamarindo or Dominical or Monteverde or Arenal? There are so many other beautiful spots. I'm not even mentioning the other side of Costa Rica, so the Caribbean side, right? Okay, here's the thing. I came to Santa Teresa, Costa Rica. It was not the first place that I visited in Costa Rica. I was here for a vacation in Dominical, and then we just came back to explore and to see what place would be the best for us to living in Costa Rica. But something grabbed us here, and we couldn't describe in words what that was. That is here. Later, I discovered some very ancient secrets. So if you're not really into spirituality, don't watch my video, because perhaps you're gonna think, Mira, I'm not used to that from you to be speaking in these vague terms. But if you happen not to know me that well yet, or if you think you do, I live by the law of attraction, quantum physics. I believe thoughts can become things, and I meditate on a daily basis. I do a lot with mind work and spirituality. It's part of, everyone is one. Now, what is the thing that grabbed me here? So this is how it felt when I came here for the first time. I remember we drove in with our family. We had a rental car, so this is a tourist car, right? We came with our stuff and we were hungry, so we just stopped at the first place that we saw, a little small restaurant at the dirt road in Santa Teresa, and we started chat with the owner, and he said, well, you're new in town, welcome. And he said, you're new in town. And I told him, well, we came here with a specific reason. We want actually to move to Costa Rica, and we're now figuring out and finding the perfect place to stay, and to see if it's the right fit for a family. And he said, once you are in Costa Rica and you visit Santa Teresa, there is something here, and don't ask me why, but no one really likes it the first time, because it's a dirt road, because nothing is perfect. There's bad infrastructure, etc., etc. The ocean is of course gorgeous and awesome to surf, and lots of wildlife. But he says there is something pulling and keeping you here, and that is a magical thing. So this was the first thing that I heard entering Santa Teresa. And then a little bit later, we decided to move here. So a year later, we settled in, and I met new friends. And I happened to find out that there's a lot of spirituality here. There's lots of light workers living in this specific area of Costa Rica. I'm talking about the province Punta Arenas, at the peninsula de Nicoya, at the bottom of the peninsula. I live right in the middle between the beach of Montezuma, Cabuya, Tambor and Santa Teresa. I live exactly in the middle. So I found out that a lot of people who do not know each other, who are intellectual people or interesting people who come from all walks of life, from all kinds of countries, they all talk about there's something in the ground here at the area that I just talked about, especially the area from Malpais to Santa Teresa. There is crystals in the ground. Now, what do those crystals do? I had these long conversations with parents of friends of my kids who I met on birthday parties, etc. And so they explained there's this old ancient culture that has been and still is part of Costa Rica. And there is this crystal layer close to the ocean that has, yeah, I don't want to call it superpowers. It sounds really vague, but there is a certain power coming out of there. And also, if you know the word vortexes, like it's like a connection between parallel worlds, right? So assuming that there's old ancient culture still active and old souls are protecting the land, when you meditate here, and this is the funny thing, that I didn't even heard about these stories, but I started to do my daily meditation here. And in the whole picture of thoughts can become things, I've never experienced that things that I was thinking about, I was visualizing, things that I wanted to happen, actually happened the next day, like as if something dropped from the sky. And I have been to a workshop of Dr. Joe Dispenza. He's a brain scientist. I don't know if you know his work. I will put a link in the description below with one or two of his book tips. So he talks about this stuff, that you can manifest anything. I experienced that here so strong that I really started to see what all these stories were about. This is a fact, so let's park all this information about vortexes and that meditation can be super powerful here. It is a fact that there are many retreats here in whole Costa Rica, because it's just gorgeous, beautiful, epic, amazing country with lots of wildlife and peace and silence and green and beautiful things. Ooh. And but especially here, there's retreats. I call it, they have superpowers because they are being held on special grounds, right? There's many stories of people who were staying in guest houses in a specific area, Malpais, that they all have seen in their sleep, or they thought that they were asleep, a big Indian who was watching over them, and it was pretty intense. And those people didn't know each other. So this is stuff. This is like a local buzz that's going on here, and you don't find this in books. You don't find this even in my book, 7 Steps to Move to Costa Rica. You only find this here, talking to a local, and I'm an expat local, right? What is a fact is that a lot of scientists or specialists in health science, they moved to this area because there is something special here, because there is a connection to other worlds. If you assume that there is more between heaven and earth that we can observe with our eyes and can hear with our ears and can touch with our fingers, then this is definitely the area. And there's lots of light workers here. So especially now in the pandemic, there is a buzz going that Costa Rica will be the center of the new world, because there's many ancient spirits here guarding the land, guarding the world, and there's lots of magic in the ground here. Now, I'm just explaining this in a storytelling style because this is how this information came to me. So you have to imagine this, I started to living here in Costa Rica, close to Santa Teresa. I actually started to live in Santa Teresa, but I just went a little bit inland to have more peace and quiet and more property, basically. But every time I heard a new type of story, and every time it started to connect with my experience, because where I'm standing, I took you to this special place because this is my special secret place. This is the Montezuma River, and this is literally the border line of my property. My property is over there, and this is no man's land, basically, because rivers are not owned. This this is from the world, right? This is no one's ownership. And I have always felt this peaceful feeling here, putting one toe at my property. And you see my black dog behind me in the river. That is Lucky. We only had Lucky the moment that we decided to visit this property. And you know, dogs are very sensitive for when there's something that we cannot see or hear. They have more stronger senses. And he was jumping around like such a happy puppy, although he was not a puppy anymore. So as if he was happy here. And you see him hunting and, you know, searching for fish. And that told us something. And we saw howler monkeys in the trees, and it felt so close to really earth. That is what grabbed us here. And then thinking back about that story, that owner of that little restaurant said, if Santa Teresa grabs you, right, if you're here, it's gonna pull you back to him or her, assuming it's a boy or girl, I don't know. And you don't want to leave. And that happened to us. Although the facts were, it's a dirt road, it smells, it's super busy, it's dusty, it is lots of people for a small town. There was something here. And then later on I heard all those stories. So yeah, I am really, really excited that I'm sharing this information with you, honoring you, basically trusting you with this information, which is very exclusive information. You won't hear anyone sharing this. This is why I believe it is really worth it to visit this place. So if you are able to come to Costa Rica, come and visit this area, and don't this is the thing why a lot of people don't come here. Why don't they come to Santa Teresa, Costa Rica? Why don't they like living in this part of Costa Rica? Is because we don't have a Walmart. We don't have those Price Mart. We don't have big clinics here. It's all super local. But that has its charm, right? Of course you need hospitals in need, but then there's like these mini planes, emergency planes going. But this part still has this authenticity of the old world, which I really love. And especially in these times where a lot of stuff is upside down, literally, in the whole world due to the pandemic. I think the only thing that we can do is trust the earth and be with nature. And the lifestyle of Costa Rica, especially living in Costa Rica and Santa Teresa area, it's so much down to earth and basic. Look around you. You don't hear anything. You don't see anyone. This is a special place, right? You still have those special places here in this area. And when you stand on the beach, when I stand on the beach on those crystal plates, they go straight from Malpais to Manzanillo. That's the whole coastline, including Santa Teresa. I always walk on bare feet. There is something there. And I believe if you sit there and you meditate and you just be silent and just be, right? That is the power of meditation. Just be, just breathe, and that's all. Don't think, just be. And you start to, be one with everything around you. Then you will understand what my video is about. In fact, it's a very spiritual place, and not for nothing. It's very special people from all over the world, like old medicine men, like light workers, medical experts, people who have specific talents. They love it here for this reason, because they can just be invisible, live, eat from the trees, eat from the plants, fish from the oceans. It's so beautiful in this pura vida lifestyle. That's what I prefer. It's also called intentional living. Give it a name. But I think this area is not for everyone. But I wanted to share this special information that actually almost no one speaks about. I wanted you to hear it from me. So yeah, and to wrap up my video, first of all, I wanted to say, to ask you reply below if you have any questions or something to add, because perhaps you have something to add to this information, because what I know is limited. I don't know everything. I don't know everything at all. I just learn every day, and I'm sharing this information with respect, right? But still, so I'm on this mission to help people all over the world to create a life where they can work less, earn more and live more, right? Because we all need finances. We need, when we, you know, we need finances as an exchange resource for education, for food, for buying stuff, right? It's just a fact. That's my mission. And since Costa Rica has fast speed internet on many places, I'm inviting all these people who are searching for a way to come living in Costa Rica and Santa Teresa area, in this very spiritual, beautiful area. You can easily work online here. So if that is something that you have no clue about, don't worry. I have a lot of information below my video. So just follow the first link below my video to get started with. But there's more information. Click the little triangle if you're watching on the smartphone, and a whole text pops up with info about my coaching programs, about my digital programs, my digital training. You can chat with me. You can apply for a consulting call. I wrote a book, 7 Steps to Move to Costa Rica. I believe you can create a new life here as long as you know how to navigate online. And also for all those light workers and plant experts to exchange, to bring your information that you know to the under the eyeballs of the people who need it. It's also so valuable if you know how to use the internet to get the attention, to bring your expertise to the people who need it the most, right? So this is not just about making money online, although that is what I do and what I teach, but it's also about communicating with people all over the globe where no government has power over, if you know exactly what you're doing to have your authentic voice and to reach other people on the other side of the globe, so you can help them with the screen as energy portal, like even light workers can do their work with their screens. So I believe it is always worth it to go check all the information in the descriptions below all my videos, and feel free to always connect with me. I will always reply back. Give me a couple of days sometimes, depending on how many replies I receive. But yeah, I still have spots in my coaching programs, limited, because I do a lot on automation and affiliate marketing that doesn't require more than an hour per day. So I have limited hours to work with my one-on-one coaching clients, but that's actually what I'm most passionate about. I work with my heart, but I always also work with the spirituality around me, because the impact of everything that you do here in Costa Rica, or that is brought from Costa Rica, it has more impact on everything. So I've heard back that my programs are received so powerful and splendid. It's just things that my clients gave me feedback about, right? I'm humbled to share that. But yeah, again, to get back to this topic, if you're thinking about living in Costa Rica, the area Santa Teresa, I believe it's worth it. It's a very special place, and the sun is turning and now bright in my face. I wanted to thank you for all your time spending with me in this video. I hope to see you one day here on the beach, wherever. And with that being said, bye for now, and looking forward to seeing you in my next video. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to support my channel and want to learn more. Ciao.